Well, hello there, friends. We're back for another one. We're here live and in living color from the studio known as our guest bedroom / office here in Wisconsin. Snowy, beautiful, dreary Wisconsin. And I mean that in the best ways possible. So here we are. We're going to be going. And we have fulfilled our goal. We beat Misty yesterday on the stream. So now we are going to be moving forward to Lieutenant Surge, the SSA, and we're going to see how far we can get. I've actually got quite a bit of time before I really have to do anything. So we're going to roll. Onion kind of carried us, so we're going to just look at some XP stuff right now. So Onion, great, moving forward. Cinnamon, the level cap for Lieutenant Surge is 24, so we're going to keep doing that. Remember, this is Nuzlocke rules, so we've already made some stupid mistakes along the way, but we should be okay. Chives and Shishimi both close to some levels. I'd love to get Cherry back up and running again in a great way. Hamhawk obviously is doing really well too. So we're going to see how it goes. And we're going to move forward and see what we can do. Now, if I recall, did I get the bike voucher? I don't think I did. Alright, I gotta go get the bike voucher too and come back, which is fine because I did intend on doing more of a circuitous route. And we still have some Pokemon encounters as well if we want them. I keep contemplating saving the Route, I believe, 6 encounter. God damn it. I keep on thinking I might save the encounter on the way to Vermillion, but I don't know if that's really worthwhile. And that's why I'm like, okay, maybe. But here we are, we're ready to roll, we're ready to go. We do have a Meowth in our party right now. Or in the daycare, I should say, my apologies. So we're going to go from there. And we're going to have a heck of a grand old time. Actually, we'll say we're definitely going to get the Diglett from the Diglett's Cave. And go from there. The SSN, I am contemplating going forth and doing some stuff with. Just in case, I am going to look. We're on Route 6. Yeah. Route 6. I'm going to look that up quick just to see what we've got here. Route 6. Fire Red. Kanto's Route 6. This is Generation 3. So, the only thing we could even get... There's nothing we can get. We can surf for some stuff. And we can fish for some things. But I don't think we're interested in that. So honestly, we're just going to save it. We're just going to save it for later. And hope for the best, honestly. Because there's not much we can do here. So we're just going to move forward. But the only thing available, we have all 3 things available here. And we're all healed up too, so let's see what we're going to do here, friends, and move from there. I hope everyone's doing well on this midday, hump day time. I know I, myself, am doing pretty well, even though I'm sore as can be after towing a bunch of kids around on sleds yesterday for work. But that is A-OK. Alrighty. So let's go to Shishimi. Tackle's fine. Let's use our new water move. So we got to give Water Pulse to Shishimi, which is great. Dope! Love it. Yeah, we are going to change. We're going to go to Cherry here. I think getting Twin Needle would be really good for multiple reasons. I would love to take Cherry even to Erica if I could. Having said that, though, it's you got to get that ground type attack for Lieutenant Surge, and it's just something we've got to take care of. So, I mean, that's our options. That's where we're going with it. Alright. Yes, I'd love to send out Cherry once again. The XP farming grinding just sucks, but it's part of the game. Interesting. Gust on a flying type Pokemon. Now, granted, I know Gyarados is not really designed for early game. It's kind of a hack almost. But nonetheless, it's essentially our new starter. Alright, let's go get the bike voucher. Yep, I know you're part of the Pokemon fan club. Yep, I would love to listen about your favorite Rapidash. It's pretty wild. They just have bike vouchers. Seeing how bike vouchers are super valuable. So, seeing how bikes are super valuable in this game, it is crazy that they're just like, I don't know, just listen to this old man. You can talk to him, it's fine. Alright, what do we got here? We got enough to make some damage. We'll say we also have the Route 11 stuff, which Route 11, frankly, is unnecessary. Having said that, though, it's other encounters, which is cool. There's lots of trainers here that A, we could screw up on, but B, also could farm for some XP. And we got the Diglett's Cave. So, there are options here to go with. And we are going to go get Flash today as well. So, there's all kinds of stuff that we're going to get done. And I'd love to see, I can't remember what the trade is, but we can go from there and figure it out. So, let's see what we've got on Route 11 quick. And let's see what our possible options are. So, Route 11. So our options, Spearow, we already have. Ekans, not really crazy about it. Or Drowsy. So I'm not really happy with any of these. Oh, granted, where does it say it starts? So Route 11 starts here. So Surf, again, is our best option. And Fishing is a good option. So we could get we should get Psyduck, we could get Horsey, or Gyarados if we get better stuff. And then obviously we do have trades here. But nonetheless, yeah, this kind of sucks too. So this is XP farm time. But I think before we do that, I'm going to catch a Diglett so we can mine for Diglets. A Dugtrio would also be dope. Alright, here we go, Diglett. Okay, Parrot, which is dope. I don't want to end this thing. So I think inherently we're just going to chip away with Fury Attack. Or not. What the hell? Okay. I'm not losing a Pokemon to that. That's ridiculous. It's just quick attack, I guess. Whew! Almost lost our encounter there. We run to our bag. We throw Pokeballs until this is over. We got ourselves a Diglett. To the ground at a shallow depth, it leaves raised earth in its wake, make it easy to spot. Alright, Diglett. What are we gonna go for a name here? We are gonna say this is Hot Dog. Actually, you know what? Better. Because we are from Wisconsin and we have a reputation to uphold. This is Bratwurst the Diglett. And she's a beaut. Alright. Now let's get the hell out of here. Would have loved to get a Doug trio, but you know, it happens. It's no big deal. That would have been better. Admittedly. Lame. Diglett's Cave is another one we can kind of farm for XP boosts and stuff. So let's heal up. Put Diglett in the party. Admittedly, I'm thinking... The question I have is... I want to keep Butterfree long term. I think Butterfree is more useful than Beedrill. But I think Beedrill's more useful for Lieutenant Surge. Because I can't just sweep with Gyarados again. I can't sweep with Pidgeotto either. You know, Sashimi and Cinnamon are both really going to be weak to that Electric-type move. I'm really depending on this Diglett. So the question is, who do I keep? And crazily enough, what I'm thinking is we're going to move it's neutral. I don't want to get rid of Hamhawk either because I can teach Hamhawk Dig. Crazily enough, for now, I'm going to shift out Onion for Bratwurst. And then we are going to train up Bratwurst on the SS Anne. So what do we have in store? Bratwurst is Adamant Nature, 817. Magnitude, Sand Attack. It's great. Can roll with that. We can make something happen with those. Let's go, but don't cheat. Oh, why would I cheat? I'm not cheating. It's just rude to think. Level 21? My God. Interesting choice. Parad. Oh, the paralyzation is garbage in this. Rude. And he flinched? Thank God. Get us the hell out of here. Come on, Bratwurst. You're better than that. Yeah, we beat youngster Eddie. Suck it, Eddie. go back. So we're already step 1. Lieutenant Surge is over by getting that Diglett. When does Diglett get Dig? That's a question I need to know. And I know we're not always updating the party on screen. I do know that, but admittedly it's a lot to keep doing over time. Alright, we learned Dig at 17. That's great. Okay, cool. We'll roll with that. And that's the way we're going to play around things. But I do know that's not our party currently, but I'm going to be swapping in and out quite a bit. Actually, you know what? I'm saying all this, but let's do it. Let's switch out for Diglett so people know where we're at. Alright. Diglett on the team. Ready to roll. What are these chumps? Did I talk to that couple? I think I did. Who's there? Quit listening in on us. I'm not trying to listen to you. I'm just trying to beat you so you can get XP. Squirtle! Level 20? Get him, Sashimi. Like that. Beat the attack down. Love that. Good. Love the flinch. God, Sashimi is a tank early game. There we go. Let's go. Camper Ricky. You're right, you can't win. I'll never let you win. It'd be ridiculous to let you win. Excuse me, this is a private conversation. Picnicker Nancy. Ooh, I don't like Bratwurst versus a Hyper Fang, so... Let's go to Hamhawk. It can take one. Chop it. Chop it down with the edge of my hand. Nano. Love that. Yes, I will. I'd love to go back to Bratwurst. Shit. Wrong one. Oh well, whatever. Damn it. One magnitude could have been done. What? Get wrecked. Alright. One more battle. We get Dig. Interesting way to really look at all this grinding is you're just doing puzzles. It's puzzles to figure out the next... To figure out, you know, the next kind of iteration that you need. What's the next team you need? It's the puzzle to beat. It's the pieces you need to beat the puzzle. That's all we're doing every time, so I guess it's more of that. It's like an active built puzzle. No, that makes kind of no sense, but at the same time does make sense, I guess. Now I'm thinking we just roll with sashimi here. Level 22 would have been much better, my god. Would have saved us so much time. Frankly, I would have probably just gone straight to the rival fight after getting the items and gone from there, man. Also, the fact that Diglett is fast enough to outspeed Gyarados is wild. I mean, I get it, but I kind of don't. There you go, Bratwurst. Yep, let's learn Dig, baby. I think Sand Attack's a better idea, so we'll get rid of Growl, and we'll go straight over. There we go, Dig! Sweet. Level 19, man. Say it shouldn't affect me. We're good. Ugh. Dig's not gonna affect me either. Yes! Alright. Win, lose, or draw. The Gambler is back. Gamer Hugo. My apologies. What I wouldn't give to have a Poliwag right now. Questions. Let's go Hamhawk. I think Hamhawk can take him. Sweet. Love that ability. Rude. Rude. Yes! Yes, I will. Let's go. Bratwurst. And from there, let's go to Cherry. Let's try something. Let's try to get a poison here. Ah, poop. Alrighty. We're fishing for crits. That's all we're doing. Crap. Ooh, my defense is dropping quick. I don't like this at all. Son of a bitch. Okay. Ugh. Come on. Cherry, come on, bud. One. Crit. Cool. 2 times? I need a 4 or 5 timer, buddy. There we go, 1. It's going to be another 2. There you go, Cherry! Get our Pokemon up where they need to be. There we go, there we go, there we go, friends. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, 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 yes. We can do it again. This is electrician. Yep. Engineer, my apologies. I'll try 1 magnitude, but something's telling me it's not going to work. Oh, okay. So it's probably mean to dig, but not magnitude. That's cool. That's great. This is where you can tell, hey, we're telling you right now how easy it is. Just do it the way we're telling you to do it. That'll end it. There we go. Level 18 Magneton. Interesting pairing here. Woohoo! Okay, that's wild that it's doing that much damage, but we can get 1 more. We can do this. We can do this. Come on. Come on, Bratwurst. Come on. Come on, girl. There we go, Bratwurst. Get that XP, bud. We heal up our team. Now, I don't have to play with level caps, but I think, it kind of violates the spirit of the Nuzlocke, so that's why I'm doing that. Alright, I can go up to level 24. Dugtrio is level 25, which is cool. Coolio, bro. Coolio, bro. If I sounded a Pikachu, that'd be like super cool. Shishimi! One water pulse will do it. That's a problem. There we go, Bratwurst. Just a cherry here. Rude. Ugh. I need a multi-hitter. By multi-hitter, I mean more than 2. Yes. Alright, that's fine. There we go, Cherry! My Pokemon couldn't win. Competition. Can't get enough of it. Yeah, well, gamers, because they can't admit that they're just, gamblers anymore. Alrighty, let's do this. Let's pick them off with confusion. Rude. Crit on Wrap! Are you kidding me? That's straight garbage. Thank you. And I can't switch out because he's wrapped. She's wrapped, I'm sorry. I guess we're just going to have to keep doing this. Love if Compound Eyes helped with not falling asleep. Special attack, great. Wrap is a physical attack. Come on, Chives, come on. This is straight garbage. Asleep and wrapped, losing to a Bellsprout. I should have switched out when I had the chance. Okay. Alright, just end it. Just end it, Cinnamon. I'm not losing a Pokemon to garbage. I just refuse to lose. I refuse to lose a good Pokemon to garbage. Alright, we send out Bratwurst. Then we switch to Cinnamon. Cinnamon. Never got that. But whatever. Sweet Scent's kind of garbage. One Gush should do it, maybe two. Whoever joined the viewing experience, thanks. Thanks for tuning in. It's appreciated. If you want to bring like 78 billion friends or something, you could do that. That'd be cool. That'd be really cool. But no, thank you for joining. I appreciate it. Oh. Not one you want. Hey, I refuse to lose to garbage. Thank you. Yeah, it's just, I'm not going to lose a Pokemon to garbage. I will lose a Pokemon fair and square, or I'll lose a Pokemon to my own stupidity. That's very possible in this Nuzlocke run because of what I've already proven. But I'm not going to lose it to garbage like Sleep Wrap combo and just slowly lose to death. No, I'm not going to do that. Get him, Bratwurst. There you go, Bratwurst. Get that XP, buddy. Oh, you didn't have like 4 of them? That would have been really cool. Nope. Well, here's our encounter, so we might as well take it. I would put it to sleep, but I can't do that because my own sleeping Pokemon is asleep. Here's our encounter for the time. Does anyone else have Stun Sport? No, because Oddish is in the box. Screw it. Just try and throw a Pokeball. I don't even want this Pokemon, but it's fodder. Yes. Alright, so we got an Ekans, which is good. It's just another Pokemon we can have. Very constant grassland. It flicks its tongue in and out to sense danger in its surroundings. Alrighty. Ekans shall be known as... Shut up, Microsoft OneDrive. Shall be known as... What food item do we want to go with? And this shall be Gummy the Ekans. Take the item over here. I know there's another hidden item up top. And it's on the rock. No other items I'm missing, which is great. Escape rope. Very interesting. I mean, we got enough. We can take this guy on. I have never won before. Is wild for a gambler to say. Oh, you screwed up. You screwed up, brother. Dig. Dig, Diglett. Dig. Get him, Bratwurst. If only we had a Growlithe in our party. For context, Arcanine is my favorite Pokemon, so... And I don't have a fire starter, so... I don't have any starter, frankly, but, you know. You know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying. I don't have a fire Pokemon. Dig. Dig, Bratwurst, dig. Interesting. Let's use Magnitude. I always thought Magnitude was a really cool move. I just like the inherent risk to it. But it's not a risky move in that it's almost always going to hit. But I like the fact that there is some variety to it. And that's always fun. I really do like that. There you go. Bratwurst. Oh, let's take this guy on too. Who cares? Who cares? Who cares? Who cares? It's fine, guys. It's fine. It's fine. Gamer Dirk. I'm gonna use Dig once on it. I don't think Dig hits it. I'm just kind of prepping for Surge. See what I can and can't do. Dig does work on a Voltorb. Okay, good to know. That's awesome. We're not going to switch at all. And for future reference, let's just figure it out. See what it does. It's always the most unexpected and Pokemon that you think will die 5 seconds battle that lasts till the end. Yeah, no, you're right. Not one you want. Thank you for joining the chat. Thank you for chatting with me. Yeah, it's hilarious, the Pokemon that I don't play with. If I play Fire Red, I play Bulbasaur. I'm just pulling up the team for you. I play Bulbasaur. I will get a Gyarados somewhere. And I never have a Beedrill on the team, ever. I have Diglett for this part of the run, and that's it. Generally speaking. Might have a Butterfree, but probably not. Maybe a Mankey, just because I like Mankey, but it's not the most useful. It's useful when you're just kind of playing and seeing what you can do. But yeah, that's what I like about the Nuzlocke challenges, is that Pokemon you wouldn't normally use, you use, and it's kind of... Ironically enough, I really understand why... Bastard! I really understand why the appeal of the Nuzlocke is getting attached to your Pokemon. And it's supposed to be more of a punishment kind of thing. Okay, Bratwurst. Let's go, bud. Alright, are we in crit range? Technically, but... that is terrible. Whew, a little risky there, but we're good. Cool. Level 20 bratwurst, that's all we needed. Fury swipes. Yeah, we'll take Fury swipes. Fury swipes guaranteed 40. I kind of like where we're at. I don't ever use sand attack. But let's get rid of scratch. I think we're playing a very specific way with bratwurst, so that's what we're gonna do. Yes, we are gonna switch. Let's go Ham Hawk. Ham Hawk can take one hit probably, and we might outspeed depending on the move Raticate uses. Okay, well now we should be fine. But yeah, to your point, I really enjoy that element of the Nuzlocke. Hyper Fang suck. Are you no? No! Oh my god. Devastation. We just lost Ham Hawk. Let's get the hell out of here. To quote George Costanza, flew too close to the sun on wings of pastrami. We lost our bud. We lost Ham Hawk. Well, I guess Oddish is coming out. I don't know if I faced that gamer yet, so I'm just going to avoid that like the plague for right now. Those goddamn rats, man. Those goddamn rats. God, I'm losing a Pokemon to stupid stuff. I don't lose them in gym battles either. Just like that, guys. Ham Hawk joins the grave. Yeah, we'll miss Ham Hawk. I like that stupid pig monkey. I mean, is there... There's not really anything a fighting type is needed for in the game. If later on with Bruno it could help, but we'll have enough counters for Bruno. So it's not that big a deal, but man, to lose Ham Hawk. Just in case something stupid happens. Already got 3 in the bag. I'm just going to up that. I'm going to use some awakening here. Get 2 more repels. Oh, devastation. Again, losing a Pokemon like that sucks. 1 crit Hyper Fang, 1 shotted. Straight garbage, homie. What a bunch of peaceful music. All to remind me that I lost my friend. I lost my friend! Alright, we got Train Onion up. Please tell me this is the Growlithe one. Get some items in here too. Gentleman Thomas. Yep. Only time I enjoy taking out Growlithe is right here, because I never like taking out a Growlithe. Oh, that's gonna hurt me for a while. Whew! More dangerous than I thought it was gonna be. Alright, let's dig and get the hell out of here. It's the Intimidates that are killing me right now, but that's okay. We're not in crit range, at least I don't think we are. If we flinch because of a bite, I'm fine with that. And we'll... Okay. Stay alive, Bratwurst. Stay alive, buddy. Alright, Gentleman Thomas has been defeated. Coolio, bro. So that's not the one. This is the one next to it, where you can heal up your Pokemon anytime. Alright, cool. That's dope. Alright, let's see where the items are here. So we got a TM to the second to the left. I know all the hidden items in the trash cans. Basement, hidden item. And there's that TM with the sailor. Okay. We don't have to do a ton of these battles. So, admittedly, I probably won't. I'd like one more level for Diglett. So that is something I would appreciate. Now this would be a fight that Hamhawk would probably be great in. Oh, no, Pidgey. Okay, we're good. Alrighty, let's go... let's go Shishimi on this one. We have another rival fight to get through too, which sucks. And Hamhawk would have been great in that rival fight against that stupid Rattata Raticate. Every time I start softening on the rats, they do something to piss me off. Let's go Onion. I think Onion can take some of this. Get a little XP boost here. Now, granted, the ground type is the one you're supposed to be doing, but... Stun Spore it. Awesome. I'd love to get to Gloom, too, but Gloom is not within reach today in terms of, well, before Lieutenant Surge. It's in reach today, but... Rude. Okay, and then we'll switch to Cinnamon, because I don't want to deal with poison, and we're just going to gust it the hell out of here. And of course it tries to poison me right away. Rude. Why are you trying to double kick me, bro? I'm shocked I didn't get poison, but does it have poison point? Maybe not. I definitely thought it had poison point in its ability, but okay, we'll take it. Get that Onion XP. Is there a person in my party? Is there a Pokemon in my party that can learn Brick Break? Probably not. May have just had one. Are you kidding me right now? You can learn Brick Break with Beedrill? That's insane. That's crazy. But we'll keep Brick Break for now, only because we'll save it for some Pokemon later. We'll save it for our gift in Saffron. Okay. Oh my god, leave me alone. Hyper Potion. That's kind of big. Okay. And then we got to go to the second to the last door for a TM. Yep. Even us sailors have Pokemon too. Oh, Tentacool. Let's go Onion. I think Onion should be able to take it. I say with no confidence at all again. I just got my confidence back. Ugh, Tentacruel, you bitch. Colors, and bro didn't evolve his Gibble into Garchomp. Wait, it's a freaking pseudo legendary. Yeah, no, I mean, you gotta remember, the anime is a whole different world. That's one of the reasons why. Actually, I mean, I enjoy a little anime every once in a blue moon, but honestly, even as a kid, I kind of thought the Pokemon anime was pretty meh. I love it now out of nostalgia, and I'll go back and watch it. And I think they did some stuff really well. I think the end of Ash's run they did decently well, but especially that last fight against Leon was really cool. I don't understand the not having the Charizard on the team, but I know they wanted to differentiate from Leon's Charizard, and that's where I would have went with it. But then I think you then immediately put into play, oh, Leon's Charizard is better than Ash's Charizard. But that final moment where they start playing the original music and they take each other on, that's really fun. But yeah, Ash's choices are never great. I mean, he does get better over time, but yeah, some of the decisions Ash makes, you're kind of like, bro, what are we doing here? What are we doing here, buddy? Alright, there we go. Use Absorb. Crit would be great. I think we're going to teach Onion Bullet Seed simply so that we can do something against some of these Pokemon. There we go. There we go. Onion, got it up. There we go, Onion. Here we go, buddy. Rude. Here we go. Snapped out of Confusion too, which is dope. Let's say that should be doing a lot more. Okay, great. Great. But yeah, I don't know. The ability for Ash to be lame as hell sometimes is outstanding. But I think what's really interesting, if you look at it, is there are truly so many continuities of Pokemon that you could go with. To another thing, I wouldn't be doing my job if I wasn't pubbing some of our stuff. We just recorded an episode of the podcast I'm a part of with my brother. It's a movie podcast. It's called the Wisco Movie Watchers Podcast. And lately we have this project where AI gives us a bunch of actors to pick from. And then we've got to cast them in roles. And we pick a franchise of some kind to do it. And so we're going to both do Pokemon for the 30th anniversary of Pokemon. And I think that's going to be a heck of a lot of fun. And he's going to do the anime and I'm going to do the games. which I think is going to be pretty interesting. But if you look at it, you have different timeline continuities in the games. You have the anime. You have the Pokemon cards, which is a completely different animal. You have the movies, which is technically the anime, but not the anime. You have all these different iterations of what can be, which I think is really cool with Pokemon. And then you have, Elseworlds kind of games. Like, does Pokemon Snap, where does that lie in a timeline? There's Pokemon Stadium, where you kind of play as Red, but you kind of don't play as Red, and you're just kind of yourself again. So there's all kinds of different things going on. Oh shit, I don't want to be out here, do I? But, okay, I don't need to be out here. I need to go to the kitchen to get that done. Actually, you know what I could do? Can I teach Bullet Seed to Onion? I can. I'm going to teach Onion Bullet Seed. And I'm going to bail on... I think Stun Spore is the way to go over Poison Powder, so I'm going to get rid of Poison Powder. And it's hilarious to see all grass moves on this Pokemon, but it's fine. I think Bullet Seed's the way to move, though. And I'm going to try to get some of the XP up. Because if I'm looking, Cherry and Chives are going to probably be the bottom of the party anyways. But I need to bring them up for this Lieutenant Surge fight. Onion, at least I can do relatively quickly against these sailors because I have the type advantage. So I might as well just take advantage of it while I can. But when they have fighting types like that, that doesn't help me at all. No, but this is a tailor-made for a Chives fight. Powders and Confusion work. Perfect. Let's Stun Spore. That's hilarious. I could just teach Brick Break to Beedrill and call it a day, but I don't want to do that. Cause I am somebody who... One of the things that's hilarious to me about a Nuzlocke, especially someone like me doing a Nuzlocke, is I will lose... I've done 2 Nuzlockes in my life prior to this, in just kind of my private life. And I started recording the footage to see what we did. And I got like somewhere between Koga and Sabrina. I was either 5 or 6 batches in. And I just made a bunch of bad switches and lost half of a really good team. And it was a randomized one too. So it was bad because I had a really good team and just made a bunch of stupid decisions. And it was one that had like 8 generations in it. But this is the first time I'm streaming a Nuzlocke. And I still play as if I'm going to take it to the end, which I think is hilariously unearned. While at the same time, really fun to see, because I still plan ahead, like, oh, I'm going to get this, and I'm going to get this, and I'm going to get that. Rude. Stun Spore. Great. That's Bullet Seed. Boom. What's your favorite and least favorite gen? My favorite was Gen 6 because it actually felt like an anime. My least favorite gen is Gen 5. So I have a bit of an interesting one for that. It seems like you're quite the anime fan, and I think that's cool. If that's where your love of Pokemon comes from the most, that is cool. I will say Gen 6 is where it kind of turns up, where it does feel there's a change in the show. to where we're getting better and we're doing things that just get a little bit more fun. So for me, my favorite gen is Gen 2. I am the OG games are my favorites in terms of I played all 6 original games in English. Obviously didn't get to play Green because that was Japanese exclusive, but I started off with a copy of Red, then a copy of Blue, then I got Yellow, and I got Gold and Silver. I think it was back to back Christmases. I got Gold, and then I got Silver, and then I got Crystal, and game was over. Crystal was my absolute favorite. I think the Johto region is so underrated, and the fact that your post game was just getting to play through Kanto was amazing. That was so cool. My newer gen favorite, I think Gen 6 is actually pretty cool. And I think the Gen 6 Pokedex by itself is the best single Pokedex there is. I went through, it was a long time ago on the YouTube channel that I have. It's still attached to the streaming one, so all the videos of this stream will eventually be put into kind of a compilation video telling the story of this Nuzlocke run, and you can see that on the YouTube channel. But another thing I did for it was I kind of went through and I ranked all these Pokemon and I did all these kind of different things, and I don't think there's a single failure Pokemon in all of Gen 6. Where I think in Gen 1 there's 2 of them. I think every gen has 1 or 2 F tier Pokemon. I don't think there's a single F tier Pokemon in Gen 6. And I think that's what's really fun and interesting about Gen 6. Least favorite Gen 5, I get that. I think Gen 5 or Gen 4 would be my least favorite. Now, I say that as someone who I've yet to play Black and White by themselves, or Black or White 2. I have played some of it in the PokeMMO, and I am excited to get to those because a lot of people absolutely adore those games. I think some of the features in those games are really, really cool. But having said that, I also think that it's a really bold move to essentially reboot a franchise, even though it's not a reboot. But it's kind of a reboot by having your own generation where it's just the Pokemon you have. A crit is not cool. Stay away from my Onion Shelter. There we go. There we go, Onion. Take it out. Alright. Take your health back. Let's do this. Gen 5 games are the best. I mean, I haven't played them, but I would assume you wouldn't be wrong. I know a lot of people who absolutely adore those games, think they're the best, and, if that's what they like, that's great. And again, so for our YouTube channel, I originally started the YouTube channel that we have strictly for Pokemon content. I've created a home region that I would love to get some people working on because I'd love to make my own Pokemon game. And I've created a region that has over 160 new Pokemon, and there'd be a badge and a starter for every single type, which I think is really fun, and a lot of different story elements. But having said that, the YouTube channel was all for Pokemon at first, and I think I might even do a spin-off channel of just Pokemon content, and still put it on this channel, the PTE Creative channel, but also do just like a PTE Creative or PTE Pokemon Center kind of channel, and have some fun with that. And I intend on playing every generation's game. So I don't know if I'm going to play all the games. Like, I'm not going to go play Leaf Green unless I really need to do something in Kanto again. But I do intend on playing all these games for the channel. I don't know if I'll Nuzlocke it, but I needed to do That would be like one of the best fan made Pokemon games. So that'd be that. Thank you. It'd be awesome if we could pull that off. I just know I am not a tech savvy human being, and like I just don't know if I have the capability to design a game. I have the capability to do aesthetics, and I've drawn a full map. I've done all that kind of stuff, but I've yet to make a actual piece. So I'd love to maybe do like a demo of like one gym at the very least, and keep people interested in that. The region I am making is based off of the U.S. and a little bit of Canada and Mexico. I think the Unova region being based off the U.S. is a stretch. It's obviously based off New York City, and then they throw some U.S. stuff around it, but it's heavily New York. And one of the things I would love, and it's one of the few things I prefer in the 3D games to the 2D games is the atmosphere and the actual changes in, not atmosphere, I shouldn't say that, but the geographic changes, where I loved playing in Legends Arceus or Legends Arceus, if you will. And I loved getting to actually climb mountains and no. Shelder, you little bastard. I'm not losing Oddish. I refuse. I refuse to lose Oddish to some garbage. So I'm just going to bite the shit out of this Shelder. That's an interesting choice, but okay. Granted, almost all my Pokemon are weak to ice, so that doesn't help me. But yeah, I would really like some more US based content for a region, not just, oh, we're Americans and we deserve it. Because one of the things that I'm exploring in my own fan made region is I'm a huge national parks fan. My wife and I's goal together is to get to every single U.S. national park. So, one of the things I really wanted to accentuate in a fan made region is the natural world in which Pokemon exist, and get to see that and play in it, and really accentuate that. And it's hard in a 2D game because there's only so much you can do with a 2D game, and the 3D games continually get better over time at doing something, but it feels like they always leave old pieces that were really good behind to get to those new features that are helpful. For instance, like Scarlet and Violet do some really cool stuff, but at the same time, dude, I love my Oddish. Oddish is actually one of my favorite Pokemon. It's top 100. Now, I know that's crazy to say, oh, top 100, it's not saying much. Well, it's in the top 10% of Pokemon for me. I love Oddish. I think Oddish is adorable. But the other thing is I'm not losing some of these Pokemon that I could use later on to random gym trainers. Or random trainers on the SSN, just trying to get up to speed. Yeah, no, I played a little bit of Pokemon Unbound, and I would like to add some side quests. There's certainly stuff where, if I, like, let's say I got to get a team together and build my favorite game, I would have, as I said, 18 gyms, one for each type. I actually would have 8 traditional gyms after that, or during that as well, that you could do, because I have one of the ideas I have is, for a storyline, is kind of nature versus nurture plus nature versus the modern world, which is actually something that got me a degree. I have an English degree, so talking about modernity versus the natural world is a topic I know very well. But I loved the idea of, what if, when the settlers came over from Europe, they actually respected the Native Americans, and we found harmony, and then the enemies of the game would be the ones driving the wedge in between them. So, but you could see they're kind of like the first peoples of the Pokemon world, and that's where you start explaining why is there always 8 gyms? Well, there's 8 gyms because there are 8 tribal chiefs, essentially, that were the leaders. And if you could beat them, that showed that you were ready to go out into the world and explore and get Pokemon and whatever. So I always had that idea that I thought was really cool. I wanted to make a reason for, oh God, Shelter. Thank God. I'm just going to absorb once at the very least. Another one that could have been useful for Hamhawk. But yeah, I would do a lot of side quests. I do a lot of extra battles. I know people just love battling. But I would like to do other stuff and get back to what I think Gen 1s, 2, and 3 did really well while not losing the charm of some of the other stuff. And also I want to put in some Gen 5 style features because it'd be a 2D game if I made it. So I love the music features in Gen 5. I think those were a really fun addition. I also, for instance, how you could create the music of a whole town. A seasons mechanic is something I never understood why they got rid of. I'd love to get a seasons mechanic back in to Pokemon. But same time, I understand there's limitations, but I'd love to actually explore. I'd love to actually explore what it would mean to have seasons. And I'm intrigued by the idea of what would grass Pokemon look like in the fall, winter, and spring. What could other Pokemon look like to do that? Or even I could see this would be extremely complex, and I don't know how to do it myself coding wise. I don't know how to code at all. But one thing I think would be really interesting is, say, winter, you had an Ursaring, or you had one of those big, beefy Pokemon that is based off something that hibernates. Well, if it's active, it's even bigger. So if you used a move like Bulldoze, or you used a move like Tackle, where it's a physical attack where you're just charging something, it does more damage because you're bigger. And then you get out of that to, you kind of get out of that in the spring months where all that fat's already been burned off of them. I just think it's an interesting concept to play around with. I also have 3 evil teams in that game. And it's all under one umbrella, but I'm not going to tell you much more because it will come back to the channel, that content. I don't want to spoil everything. I didn't even know this was possible! Let's go! Onion! I love Gloom. Bum, 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 dun, 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 dun. Let's go, Gloom! There you go, girl. Love me. Love me an Oddish. Love me a Gloom. If only I could get Blossom. That'd be top tier for me. I love Blossom. Alright. We've done so much. I think it's just time that we just take on as many of these as we can and get that level 20 up here for Beedrill. Because it looks like it's going to be part of the party even longer than I thought. However, Rock Tunnel could change that. Granted, I don't want to get a Machop in Rock Tunnel because then I'm... You insolent pup, how dare you barge in? Yeah, I know. Well, shut up. I'm just going to put in Diglett anyways. Oh, no, I'm not. Focus energy. Yep. We got the evolution, baby. We got the evolution. And it's glorious. It's glorious to have Gloom. We're just fishing for crits. Rude. I forgot it has Peck. How are we going to miss like that, dog? Jerry, I'm trying to help you out here, bro. Alright, Shishimi. Just wash it away with water pulse. It's still hilarious to have Splash on a goddamn Gyarados. But yeah, no, that's fan-made region I'd really like to go into. Anything Pokemon I'm interested in. I just think Pokemon is kind of this perfect little sandbox. Yeah, I don't know. What do you got? What? I should ask you this since you're being so active here, and anyone else in the chat. Who is your favorite Pokemon and who is your least favorite Pokemon? And I can give you a top 3 really quickly on some of mine. But I absolutely adore Arcanine. Arcanine is my favorite Pokemon of all time. Acknowledge your tribal chief with the Arcanine. And I can't wait to hopefully get an Arcanine in this run. And then my next 2 favorites, I love Decidueye. Rowlet's my favorite starter overall. But I love Decidueye. It's a freaking ghost Robin Hood owl. Hey, Ash. Love you. So, lovely streamer Hibiscus in there. Of course, your favorite is the Alolan Raichu, and your least favorite is low kicks. You really hate low kicks, babe. You really do hate low kicks. Which, I'm not saying low kicks is great or anything, but I can't understand it being least favorite. That's fair. That's real. Yeah, my least favorite. Oh, and also, on the tops, I love Dragapult. Dragapult was top 3 Pokemon free. But what am I going to go with? Least favorite. Jinx is up there. Mr. Mime is up there. I hate Mr. Mime. What's hilarious, I started to like Mr. Rhyme. And I don't know why. But I can't remember the site. But it's an algorithm that you keep eliminating Pokemon over and over and over again to get to your top 1. And then you can do like your top 100. It ranks it. So I did the top 101. And I was flabbergasted to see how high I put Mr. Rhyme. Because Mr. Mime is an absolute chump and I hate him. So, to have that, got a friendlier, more whimsical vibe. I agree. I also will say I want to finally do, I know the internet's full of these, but I want to finally do like a Miss Mime or a Mrs. Mime. And really get to play with that. One of these Pokemon sorters could be a different stream idea. Yeah, we could do that. Watchog really is weird. Watchog's really weird, and I don't really like it. It's the eyes. It gives like evil Roger Rabbit cartoon vibes. Then another favorite, Garchomp, and least favorite is Watchog. Garchomp's great. It's something that has grown on me quite a bit. But having said that, yeah, like I think Garchomp is really cool. At first, when I got back into Pokemon, what the hell? Nope. I refuse to lose to garbage. I refuse to lose to garbage, as we talked earlier. I will say that... Now I've kind of lost my train of thought. With Watchog, it's just very weird eyes that throw it off. And Watchog is disgusting. It's just the worst. Yeah, got to do one of those Pokemon Stars. Maybe, you know what? Just as a quick break, I might do... After Lieutenant Surge, maybe we'll do a Pokemon sorter or our favorites per gen. That could be a quick video for me as well, too, which I wouldn't hate. But the goal is to at least get through Lieutenant Surge today. Here's another good question for you guys. What's a Pokemon that the concept is super cool for, but the execution is meh at best? You know what I'm saying? Like, because there are some Pokemon out there that I think are absolutely, like, the idea of them is super cool, but the execution of them, not so much. Now granted, one of our fellow streamers in the chat right now just evaluated a bunch of different Mega Evolutions with me, and that episode should be coming out in the next couple days. At the very worst, it's going to come out next week. It just has a lot of graphics to it because we did an audio version only. But there's so many Pokemon, I think. Yes, Thievul is a great example. Yes, Thievul is a great example of the concept is so cool. Already going off of the nature ideas of foxes being thieves, and then to just get this like mustachioed fox with nothing else to it is lame as hell. Where Nickit, I'm not crazy about Nickit, but at least it's got like that vacuum looking tail, and could have been a lot more fun. Okay, Cherry, this is your best round yet with these crits, baby. Fish for crits. But I think Thievul's up there. I know someone in this chat might disagree. I think Spritzy and Aromatisse. I love the idea of them. I don't love the execution of them. I also, two Pokemon that are super disappointing to me. I adore Clamperl. I think Clamperl is dope as hell. And Huntail and Gorbis both suck. Yeah, you do like just what is there, and that's super cool on your part to do that. Crit, there we go. Come on, Cherry. We're just trying to get you to Twin Needle, man. We're just trying to get you better. That's all this is for. I just want a useful bug move, which doesn't really exist in this game. Yeah, nobody wants to use Huntail or Gorbis because they suck. They're just straight garbage. And Clamperl is adorable. And to not be able to use it, or to not... And also, I think it's one of those classic, like... What's odd is... You have something like... Feebas to Melodic, which is, again... Pearl to these weird fish feels illogical to me. I agree. I have a... Okay, Cherry. Hell yeah, bud. Get that XP, buddy. So, one thing is, for a new evolution for Clamperl, since it already has a branched evolution, I made one where it gets to become a mermaid, and I think that's rad as hell. Because I love the idea of Melodic from Feebas, where it's this great treasure that happens because you relish something that didn't get the love it deserved, and you give it that love, which is why it evolves into something that wonderful. Same deal with... I love that with Magikarp. We're playing with it right now. You know, it took a lot of love. Shit. No! We're screwed. Okay, great. This is going to be so much fun. I love it. It's going to be... I'm so happy. I love everything and... Oh my god! What could be more terrible than this right now? I don't know. Well, now I gotta throw an onion. Again, every time. Every time I start getting some confidence back, do something stupid, and we lose our Diglett. And this isn't going to do much, but at least it's something. Oh my god, terrible. 4 times hit doesn't suck. I thought I could outspeed it, but of course I went with a quick attack because it saw the kill. And I'm an idiot and didn't play against it. Die, you stupid ass Pikachu. Just die. Let's go to the Pokemon Center. At least we got Stardust for killing our Pokemon. Oh my god. Did all that work for Bratwurst. Just to lose. Oh my god, Lieutenant Surge is. And now Lieutenant Surge is back in play to be a run killer. Great. That's what you want to see. Glorious. We're back in run killer possibility. Alrighty. Well, you guys won't be alone. Bratwurst, I know we only had you for about an hour, but we salute you. You guys ever seen Running Man from 1987? And let's move Gummy the fucking Ekans in, I guess. But I want to play like that super dramatic music when all the stalkers from that game or the stalkers from that movie die. That's what I want to do with all these. Alrighty, so pure poison type, which doesn't help me much. Wrap, poison sting, bite. That's true, I could. Is there a move that we could still teach this Ekans? Can we teach Dig to Ekans? That's not bad. It's pretty much neutral. Honestly, I think this is the move now. Alrighty. Okay. So after all that work for the Diglett, we now have to do a bunch of work for an Ekans that I couldn't give a flying fuck about because we were stupid and lost our obvious answer to Lieutenant Surge, and I hate myself for it. Let's go grind. This fucking sucks. No, just get over here. Okay. Alright, you want to kill your brethren, Gummy? Can do that. Gummy to be a strong Pokemon one day? I fucking hope so. I gotta start listening to my own words that I stole from someone else, but I say it constantly. Play lame, win game. I gotta start doing that, man. But no, I want to grind up and get guarantees, and then get further away from guarantees when I kill a Pokemon, and I hate my existence for it. Oh, it's not great XP group. Okay. Youngster Dave and his Nidoran. Nope, wrong move. Well, at least that's fine. Dig and get the hell out of here, man. I just wasted like an hour of gameplay. I keep doing it. It's so dumb. Rude. Sneak it in, you little bastard. Gotcha. No, we're not going to change. We're going to risk fate. Because why not at this point? Also, every time I dig, I just hear Monty Python, run away! Run away! We're just going to keep digging holes. Yes, good snake. Shit. Shit. Okay, we can do that. Shit. Can't take any chances. Can't do that. Shit. One hit. That's all I need. Shit, not enough. Okay. Fury attack. Cool. Alright. Alright, buds. Good job. Good job, Gummy. Good job, Cherry. I think there's one more over here I haven't hit, but... Gummy, where you at, summary-wise? Oh, God. It's terrible. I don't know if I could have made a worse decision. I should have just got out, but I didn't do it because I'm an idiot. Alright. We can get through the rival battle. The rival battle is not the problem. Lieutenant Surge is the problem. Alright. Let's see how it goes here. How many more does Gummy need? 140. Hey! Night to you. Not one you want. Appreciate you joining in. It's fun talking to you, bud. Hopefully we'll see you down the road sometime. Okay. We have our answer for Charmeleon. Don't have an answer for flying types, but Rock Tomb. Can anyone learn Rock Tomb? No, of course they can't. Of course they can't. Why would they be able to do that? That'd be crazy. That'd be insane. Rival fight. Let's go. Alrighty. Let's get it over with. I guess I can do one more. No, don't do that. No, you just did it. You idiot. Alright, save. Yay. Okay, it's gonna leave with Pidgeotto. And what do we want to do with that? I say we go to Cinnamon and just counter it with speed. However, it's probably faster than us now of some sort. But whatever. We've saved. Let's see where the run goes. This could be the end. Alright, Angie, you fucking bastard. Let's go. I know I am calling my best friend a bastard in this scenario, but nonetheless, I'm mad because of my own stupidity. So now I must take it out on my best friend. Alright, cool. Quick attack. Gusties is interesting. Quick attack again. Let's fish for a crit. Don't love the fact that we're already down to 28 on Cinnamon, but that's okay. I'll take that though. That's nice. What happened that you're so mad? I just lost a Diglett I literally just caught, and now I'm in danger of killing my run to Lieutenant Surge. That's what happened. But thank you for asking, Jet Alex. I'm not mad at you, by the way. I hope my tone wasn't too much. But that's just explaining what the hell happened. Because I'm an idiot. I didn't play through stuff. Let's switch out. Honestly, what can take a Hyper Fang? Is the question. Yeah, that does sound rough, doesn't it? Thank you. Thank you for that. It did at least bring me some joy and some happiness. Alright, get the Intimidate. It's Water Pulse here. Flinch! Alright, fine. I'll flinch you back. Yeah, suck it, Raticate, you stupid rat that killed my first option of Hamhawk, the Mankey. We've lost 2 Pokemon today, by the way. I just remembered that. I forgot that I am upset with stupid rats again. I need them to get fucked as fast as possible. No, I will not change. I'm going to bite the shit out of this Kadabra. Yeah, suck it. Suck it, Kadabra. Bastard. Fine. I will destroy you with Water Pulse then. Hell yeah, Shishimi. Nope. Come on, come on. Are you kidding me? But it's confused. The one time I get a confusion on a Water Pulse. Please just end it yourself. Thank God. Let's go. Maybe there's still hope in this run yet. As long as we've got Shishimi, I guess we've got a chance. Yay, now I get to go rub an old man's back who's sick. Yes, I did lose my starter for context. In what was the most amateur, pathetic move I've ever done in any playthrough, regardless of whether it's a Nuzlocke or not. I had a Bulbasaur, and I lost it to a crit on a Poison Sting in Viridian Forest before I even beat Brock. So, yeah, it's one of the most pathetic things ever, which has completely cursed my run at this point. And, yeah, really cool. Really fun to be in this position. To answer your question, though. So, yes, I did lose my starter, and I hate myself every day for it. I let an innocent Bulbasaur die. For no reason, other than my own posterity and stupidity. So yeah, that's where we're at. And everything is funny. Haha, so funny. But that's what it is. So now that we've done this, I say we get the hell off the SS Anne. Because we've at least beaten the rival. Goodbye, SS Anne. I'll hate you forever for losing Diglett to you. Especially that one old man with that level 23 Pikachu that should have been an easy kill, but instead I was an idiot. And yeah, apparently that's why people check trainers before they face them. Alrighty, let's move on out. Can we even take this team on? Yeah, I think we can. Alright, let's learn. Cut. Yeah, I'm fine with Cherry getting cut. And it'll lose Harden. That's unfortunate, but man, that is so bad that it goes being funny. Yeah, I'd agree with you. I think it's hilarious. If I saw someone else do it, I'd laugh my ass off. But currently playing this, the one thing is this. It sets the tone where I did think I learned from it and I played more cautious. And then I talked to you guys on stream and I'm not paying attention and I'm like, what's the worst that could happen? And then I do something stupid like lose the level 22 Diglett that was ready to dominate this gym. Right after I just lost a fighting type Pokemon that at least could have been neutral with some moves. And that's where I get really upset. Having said that, though, you know, it's the situation is what it is, so I got to just roll with it. And we're just gonna dig. That's all we're gonna do. Is we're gonna dig. And my two best Pokemon are a flying type and a water fighting and water flying type. So I don't even have great answers just to, you know, kind of bulldoze my way through. And then I also have a Butterfree on this team. And this Butterfree, you know, it's flying type. So I need to get a Beedrill and a Gloom through somehow. Oh my god. Shit. Couldn't find the clip. That's crazy. And I'm Parrot, and I might lose Gummy. Okay, cool. I can't use Gummy anymore. Let's use Onion. And Pikachu, once he gets slammed, is no joke, man. As we just learned from Diglett. Now, Diglett, oddly, is a little glass cannon-ish, but which you wouldn't expect from a Diglett of all things, but that's the situation. Yeah, I'm doing this intentionally. I just need the XP to get this Ekans up somewhere to usefulness. And I'm going to try to put this thing to sleep. Which is already bad for these goddamn slams, dude. Cool. Now, of course you get sleep powder now. Of course you do. So here's what I'm going to do. As long as it's asleep, I'm just going to bite the shit out of it with sashimi. Which I think is also problematic because I believe it has static. I gotta play with the fucking RNG here, which is terrible. That makes no sense to me, but okay. You do you. Oh my god, I hate Pikachu. I don't know if I've hated Pikachu more in my life. Hey! Hopefully we poison that little bastard. Good. Suck it, you stupid Pikachu. I hope you die of poison. There we go, Cherry. Now we used 4 Pokemon to kill this stupid thing. Ugh, I don't want to do this gym puzzle either. I do have a Meowth back in the daycare center. I'm only bringing that up right now because then I know at least if I have 1 Pokemon remaining if we wipe. It would be the worst thing ever to have to deal with, but maybe I should just take the longest ways possible everywhere to just get levels up. And I could recover with Spearow, Paris, and Meowth. Which would be god awful, but we could do it. No, stop clicking on it. Where are you at? Oh, of course, it needs a lot more. Do you play with level cap? Yeah, I try to play with level cap. I will say, if I accidentally went 1 level over the gym leader, at this point, because I'm losing my mind, I probably wouldn't care. But having said that, I am playing with level cap for now, and I've stayed true to it. And I'm already giving myself some ease with the switches. So that is something in which I know most people don't believe in doing a Nuzlocke without being on set mode. As you've seen, I've already done enough to hate myself. I may as well, may as well play by other rules. Okay, Gummy. Magnemite. No, I'm not going to switch. We switch to Onion and go from there. Oh, by the way, I don't know if I ever said this. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it, and thanks for joining the chat. It's actually dope of you to do that. These sonic booms, man. Alright, we're parried. However, I'm gonna lose Onion. So I gotta go to something else, man. Let's go to Cherry. Great. We're gonna focus energy. And we're gonna fish for crits. I've got 2 hits with Cherry to do something with. I'm probably going to lurk, but hey, I appreciate it. I appreciate the tuning in at all. I've come back to streaming after like a year away, really as an excuse to play Pokemon and have some fun. So thanks for popping in the stream. If you want to send 78 billion other people my way, that'd be cool. I guess Chives? I guess? Awesome. Awesome. That's great. If it ever stops being paralyzed, I will simply do that. But here we go. Hurt yourself. Hurt yourself. You can't hurt yourself because you're paralyzed? That's some horse shit, dog. Because I know for a fact that would happen to me. But fine. If it can't move, it can't move. I don't care. And I'm just going to get chipping away. I got one more with it as long as it's not a crit. I'm just going to roll with it. No, I'm not. I think I can take one. Just be paralyzed, you stupid butt plug Pokemon. Oh, God. This is terrible. Thank you, Shishimi. Just battle through it, buddy. Quad weak. I think I got a sack of Pokemon here, and it's going to suck. Can you take one? Thank God! Alright, that's where playing with powders worked well for us. Everyone gets some, and you get some. It's the Oompa Loompa Club. Everybody gets some XP. Took 6 Pokemon to take out 1 Magnemite because we're weak to everything. There's one more gym trainer. It is a required gym trainer. Do we just take it on right now or not? I don't know, man. I also not probably having to use Shishimi could, at the very least. That's what I think I'm going to do with today's stream. I'm going to try to do the gym puzzle after that one gym trainer, but I'll try my best. I don't want to use a rare candy on this Ekans that could probably just die anyways. I'd rather get some higher level Pokemon, a rare candy when I need them for an evolution later. What I can do is go fishing for XP in the Diglett's Cave. So we can just run through Diglett's Cave with Gummy in the lead and just put out Shishimi. Oh, level 29? Prevents switching? Yep, we're done. Yep. That's it. We're done. We're cooked. We're absolutely cooked. I don't have an answer. I just taught dig. I don't have a ground type move. I just gotta power my way through this, which absolutely sucks. I just used dig too, so I don't have a ground type move. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm just playing like an idiot. I'm just playing like an idiot. Because I lost to Arena Trap. There's nothing here that can really help us. I guess I'm going to go to the daycare just to have a full team. And this is going to be my sack Pokemon now. But that may have just been the run. It really could have been the run. So, I don't know what I'm going to do. I guess I can get Beedrill up to level 24 and just hope for the best. Let's get our bike voucher at the very least. Alright, cool. Bike voucher. Great. I know I'm going to play again today, so I might just... I'm going to register my bike. Okay. Let's get this TM, I guess. Secret power. Okay. I mean, I guess I could get ground secret power. Normal. Okay, well, it's something. Whew. Okay. Well, you've seen a man completely fall to despair. And needs to find an answer somehow. So it's just going to be... I guess we could over level. But I don't want to do that. Because I feel like it kind of takes out the run a little bit. But I'm playing with a level cap. Alright, I'll take... Alright, PTE, let's do this, buddy. Alrighty. What's PTE got for us? Scratch, growl, bite, and payday. This is the team. It's gonna have to be. Oh, this sucks. This absolutely sucks. And I would love to go back to Diglett's Cave, because Diglett's Cave I could at least get some higher level Pokemon to farm out, but I can't risk an arena trap and lose unless Gyarados just gets one good water pulse with a crit. So I've got to do it this way. I do have an encounter here in Vermillion City. I've got the Route 11 encounters done. Alright, who's in the lead? Alright. Now, here's what we're going to do. We're going to commit. We're going to commit, and we're going to do this. Hi, Ekans. Sorry I killed you. Shut up. I'm not so sorry. Maybe yeah. It's okay. Okay. Getting Twin Needle will be great. So, okay, Drowsy. You bastard. You bastard, Drowsy. So, here's the plan. We're going to get all of our Pokemon up to level cap. And then we are going to try to muscle our way through Lieutenant Surge. And once we do that, smooth sailing for a while. As long as my own stupidity doesn't take me out of the game. But seeing how I've played today and killed three Pokemon today, there's a good option that I could do that. So, you never know. Yeah, just die. Just die, Drowsy. Great. Die. Go away. Guess we're just gonna muscle our way through, though. Gotta relieve the pressure on my head for a little bit. My gosh. Great. Love it. Alright. Obnoxious. Greatness. Alright, Onion, level 22. Great. Level 17 Spearow, huh? Let's go with Sashimi here. Cole's Lieutenant Surge. We were looking up. But I don't know if we're going to get there today. But it's okay. Cool. Fair. That's real. That's fair. Alright, chat. Here's what I'm thinking. I am going to take a quick break from Fire Red. And I think I'm actually going to do some Pokemon rankings. Just to liven it up a bit. I can get another video out of that, which I can't lie is kind of great too. But that way, at the very least, we can get some happiness here. I can't wait till he uses Hypnosis on me right again after I just did that. Ooh, okay. Yep, here it is. You bastard. But then that way we're not just losing our minds over here to a lot of stuff. Okie dokie, okie dokie. Let's get Pate some XP. Here we go! I think that's where we're going to go, though. So I'm going to heal up, get ready for the next adventure. I know I'll probably end up playing tonight. If not, I'll definitely be playing tomorrow morning. But this way we can at least get some joy and some happiness back in our lives. So here's our team. And what was essentially a wasted 2 hours of play. Chives went up 1 level. Cherry went up 3. Oddish has gone up 5, and we're now at Gloom. That is worthwhile. PTE was in the daycare, and we lost 3 Pokemon today, including our Mankey to 1 crit hit of Hyper Fang, which absolutely sucked. Our Diglett, which was absolutely devastating at level 22 to a Pikachu of all things because of a Slam and Quick Attack combo and my own stupidity. And then we lost Ekans. That was just taught a dig move. So this is what we've got. If this team wipes at any time in Lieutenant Surge, we're screwed. Because I have a Paris and a Spearow left. And that would just be a end the run kind of situation. It's not like I could cheat to get Cinnabar Island or anything and get the fossils. So that would be it. And I guess I could fish for a Magikarp, but I guess Dupe's Closet wouldn't let me have it. Anyways, and I'd have to do a lot more of that stuff. But this is where we're at. This is the team. So yeah. But, hooray. This was fun. So I'm going to end the stream for a little bit, and then we're going to come right back on, most likely, and go there. But thanks, guys, for watching. Appreciate it. And we'll hit up Lieutenant Surge. We'll hit up Lieutenant Surge in the next run. No matter what, we'll get Lieutenant Surge done in the next one.